alone, I would say it's not a challenge. Maybe sometimes like when you're feeling low, maybe. My family raised me like I was, I would say, I can handle myself. Like
Yes.
I wasn't a problem. I think like just naturally I came in. I was already a strong player, like,
Yes.
and they were practicing for that main team 4 years already together, and like I had no difficulties to join in. Before I left to Sweden, like I was 15. I would not say I was the best player on my team, but it was like if we go somewhere, I was getting MVPs, I was high scoring player, I was confident, and I thought it would be like this.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Basketball Body and Mind. Today we are joined by Paulius Malašauskas. He actually was one of the first basketball players that I worked with as a strength and conditioning coach. And 10 years later, we worked side by side as colleagues with the under-20 Lithuanian national team. Paulius has been working as an assistant coach in the highest Lithuanian basketball league for many years and currently working for Lietkabelis, which participates in Lithuanian Basketball League and EuroCup. Besides that, it is very important. He had a long career and very unique, starting from moving abroad at teenage years, later competing in third, second, and eventually in the top Lithuanian league. So you will see that he has truly seen it all. And right now, he will share that experience that I believe all of you can learn from and adapt to yourself. So, Paulius, welcome to the show.
Hello, Stanislavas. A pleasure
Yes,
to
it's-
be here. I hope my experiences will teach or guide somebody through right gates in their career or life.
Yes, it's funny because as I said to you before we started to record, that maybe you have mentioned when we were working together, but I did not had this information. And first, when I prepared for the podcast, you said maybe it would be interesting to talk about this. So what you said that at age 15 you moved abroad.
Yes.
But before that, from age 6, you started to play basketball. So can you briefly just touch when you started playing basketball and why did you later decide to move and to move particular to that country?
Okay, yes, sure, I can. So everything started simply, however, for everyone is starting. So we have team, very famous team, Kaunas Žalgiris, and I'm from Kaunas, and in that time they were winning EuroLeagues, they were winning Lithuanian championships. If you have opportunity to go to watch game live in like sports hall, you just become addicted. So that's how it all started. I was 6, 7 years, and first phase for me was I was living and I was obsessed of basketball. Like it was just my life entirely. I could like, example, I can name every player in NBA and EuroLeague. I can name even shoes they playing in. Like I was that obsessed. I mean, it was easier back then because not so many. There's way more basketball players to recognize and to remember. Not before they had one shoe maybe. Now they have a lot. So, but I was obsessed, and yes. So as a kid, I started to play. I want to mention that I was born in January. First 4 years, I would say like this. I go to school. After school, I have basketball with me. I will shoot outside. I will not go home. I will shoot outside. But then I'll go to practice, but not to practice, but to watch older kids practice. Like same coach is having 7 years older guys, boys, which was also like good generation. Paulius Malašauskas was there. Gediminas Navickas was there. Like many that generation, they won a lot of trophies as a
Yes.
youth. So I was going to watch their practice, sitting there just watching. Then I have my practice, and then again after practice we would go outside, sit and wait until older kids are finished playing, and then you will
Yes.
play again. So that
Yes.
was all, and just because I would say was so involved in like sports, and I born in January, I want to mention. So I think I had like cheat code because I was
Yes.
maybe a little bit stronger than the
Yes.
same year generation, but born later. And just because I practiced a lot and did basketball, I was just naturally good, I would say. Until fourth grade, like until 11, it was all about just game and enjoying and dreaming and playing at home also at a small hoop. Imagine you're winning also championships. And then like around 12 or 5th grade, uh, like we have Sabonis basketball school back then, and I got picked to like main team as I was 12. The team that will play for in Lithuania national
Yes.
championships,
Yes.
like top 8 teams. And I also was like top 3, top 2 player there since I came. Like it was like transition was easy because I will again mention that I was born in January. So I think like just naturally I came in, I was already strong player, like,
Yes.
and they were practicing for those that main team 4 years already together, and like I had no difficulties to join in. And that coach, like from 12 to 15, he made like how to say he formed me a lot. He gave me freedom, like in on court. When I played, I can do whatever I want for the team. I mean, I wasn't wild,
Yes.
and but he didn't try to push you down. He was very supportive, and every player like loved him. But I mean, but if you take off court, he was like a army general. Like you would do push-ups for everything. You would start on 20 push-ups, and if you try to explain that it's not your fault, it can go up even higher, like 100 push-ups to do. After every practice, we were going around the basket court doing push-up. Like you do push-up, move your hands, do push-up. Like push-up was everything. Then I mean, he formed us also. We respect other people. Be tidy, like clean after
Hmm.
yourself. I mean, at that time, I was idolizing him because he gave me ball and let me play freely, and then outside the court, like I also felt like he's doing good job of making us good human beings, and that's how. And he's the reason I left to Sweden because he got up. We went to tournaments 1 year before I moved, like when we were 14, to Stockholm, and we won that everything there. And he got offered like to work there as a basketball
Mm.
coach. So he held a meeting with the parents, with like Sabonis school team, and he offered like if there is opportunity to go even for players, like if you want to. So basically for me, like I felt so safe with that coach.
Yes.
So just because I would say I love the guy, and I was afraid, I decided to like try to move. My parents like they were supportive of everything I want because they want me to be happy.
Yes.
And actually,
Uh,
seven
I
of us
will,
left.
I will just, sorry to interrupt, but it's interesting because you are moving from, let's say, basketball country
Yes.
to Sweden, which is not, if it would be vice versa, so
Yeah,
that would be, it would be different.
I,
But now I understand why, because the coach was going there and you were going with the coach, so you knew plus minus what things are going to be like from basketball perspective.
yes. I mean, in my head, I was thinking that it doesn't matter where I go. If I work the same, if I do the same, I'll still play in the NBA. You know, like this. That mentality was doesn't matter. It's Sweden or it's
Hmm.
Lithuania.
Yes.
It was 18 years ago. I would mention that. Sweden now is, I mean, they growing as basketball country for sure now,
Yes.
a lot.
Yes.
So, and it was 7 of us or 6 of us that went with the coach. But after first month, maybe 3 or 4 came back. They couldn't handle it.
Couldn't
And
handle what?
I mean, I mean, we went there and we couldn't get the letter of clearance for Lithuanian Federation. It was like a little scandal. I mean, coach left
Hmm.
and took like 7 players, so we couldn't get letter of clearance. So some of us left, some of us stayed, and we were going to school there. We played some friendly games. One game we won more than 100 points, 5 of us against full squad of. Then also was like third team in Sweden.
Yes.
After that, when we won 100 points, he didn't allow us to play even friendly games. So yeah, so after
Okay.
half season in December, I came back to
Hmm.
Lithuania
And
from
then,
summer. Yes,
and then you,
and then I had to choose to go to back to the same team but different coach, or we had another good team in Kaunas, like sports school, that I knew the players, I knew the coach. At my head that time, I thought that the coach that changed my coach is young and without experience, so I didn't want to go back. I joined that other sports school for a year actually. So when I came back in December, I finished season in that sports school, and I was 16 then. And then those national teams started.
yes.
Yes, and I would mention that. I want to mention that because like back then, how I felt good. I felt that I can make that national team for sure. But me leaving and my friends are leaving Lithuania, I thought could be some politics under the table that
Yes.
somebody would want to punish or something like. And I was in a list of 15 or 14 players. And after one tournament actually again we played tournament with the Lithuanian national team in Sweden. I felt I did okay. I mean, I did few assists. I actually even made some few alley-oops to my. I was okay in defense. I mean, I did point guard job.
Yes.
I felt good. And after the tournament, coach came to me and said, like, I don't know if we go into the same direction because, like, he feels that I can do only show on the court. Like, and it was like big for me because before I had freedom and how to say, I was comfortable and I mean, I trusted myself. After
Yes.
that, I think I got some block because I mean, somebody said that you cannot play this way.
Yes.
And I think, I mean, I was a creator. I was able to shoot by myself. I didn't think about those things. Like, I was just enjoying basketball. And after that, I think I got like some click in myself that doubts that maybe I'm not doing the right thing. Like, I'm starting to doubt. And I didn't had person on the side of me to talk to me, like
Who
men.
would help you? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, men guide or at least listen, or maybe somebody has similar experiences. So I was upset. I mean, next season I started, I was way different player. I stopped looking even at the basketball. Like myself, I drive, I'm open, I will kick to somebody else. Just because, I don't know, I try to make somebody around me happy because if I'm not doing okay, maybe then I can make others happy just by dishing those passes or doing
Yes.
the right thing. I don't know, like. But I was angry, like in me, I was so angry and I was so pissed. I was like, I thought 100%. I was able to be at least 12th player on that team, and for
Yes.
me that would be enough. Like just not because I'm how to say not a winner, but just because it's step by step. I mean, try to do something better and better.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes, and next year I started, and half year I had option to go to Spain.
And how did that
Yes.
option come? Do you find something like, okay, maybe it was different then than it is now, but in your case, did you find or you had a person like
I,
an agent who would help you?
I didn't look for myself. When I left to Sweden, one player stayed there, two players stayed there. Both of them were big men, and one was really, really talented, like athlete, like could jump, run, strong, amazing guy. He's my good friend until now, one of the best friends. And after one season, I mean, he made that U16 team in Lithuania, and he got offered to go to Gran Canaria. I mean, maybe some agents help him. And after half year, it was that EuroLeague. Now they call it NGT tournament, that youth tournament. And they were looking for point guard, and he suggested me. And actually, the director of that Canarias basketball academy came to Lithuania to watch game, maybe even few games, and they had conversations. And he invited it.
Okay, now I understand. Yes.
Yeah, so like this, and so my first decision to move to Sweden, I would say it was from love and fear at the same time. My
Yes.
decision was made on emotion of fear and love. And now, when I was thinking to join that Spain academy or not, I was driven by anger.
Okay, from the
Yeah.
coach that
I mean,
said that.
because he said that, then I wanted to prove, I would go there, I will lock myself, and I will prove,
Yes.
like this, and I didn't think about school, nothing. Future, like I will go there, I'll come back, I'll play good, and I'll fix everything with that. So
So tell
school,
me, so
yeah.
tell us the truth, how everything came full circle.
I mean, I'm in a good place. I mean, I met a lot of people. I have loving family. Like I'm okay. I would maybe give myself advices or something when I was younger, but I would not change anything. I mean, and
Yes.
turned out, I would say, after Spain, I came back even more broke down because it was really, really tough experience. Like really tough. I mean, and we can jump to that also. Like
Let's
it's
do it. Let's do it right now.
yes.
So what, like you mean like that you're self-confident or you were not self-confident or maybe it was hard to live alone. That maybe was an issue, not the basketball. Like So what was that challenge, personal or basketball challenge, that you faced during those years or year in Spain?
Yes. So to live alone, I would say it's not a challenge. Maybe sometimes, like when you're feeling low, maybe my family raised me like I can handle myself. Like
Yes.
it wasn't a problem. I miss them for sure. Maybe I even cried at some points, but it's not like
Yes.
crushing me. It's just
Yes.
naturally comes like this. But what was wrong is like first, so I was in 10th grade or in gymnasium second
Mm-hmm.
year. I left when I was mid season.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 10 and a half. So that first half in Spain, I didn't go to school. I couldn't manage like to do papers and go to school. So I was just practicing. So and then back then it was okay. And actually we didn't get invited to that NGT tournament, so I didn't play that EuroLeague. So first half was I was just practicing. So I was basically pro. I was enjoying everything. Like I was getting. I mean I was not hungry. They gave me food and everything, like court
Yes.
outside my apartment, so everything was perfect. Weather is incredible in Gran Canaria. It's like yes, it's. I have my friend also there, and I was enjoying. So besides that, I didn't go to school. I mean, but at that time I was okay
You were
with that. And
you were happy
yeah,
not to go to
yeah. I
school and
mean,
just
I
to
had
play
that gap.
basketball.
Yes, yes. And next year I came back and I started to go to school, but the problem, like first hit for me was, I mean, they put me again in the 10th grade, you know. I was like, oh shit,
Mm-hmm.
all my friends already like a step ahead, you know, at school. So it also hit me a little bit. And but I'm a hard worker from inner myself. Like I would do all the I can. I mean, when I work, I can forget to eat, to drink, and like it's like this. And so hard work is not a problem for me. But I mean, the schedule was like 6:30. We have practices until 8, 1.5 hours in morning session every day, 6:30. Now I don't remember it was 8:30 or 9 school starts. At 2, 3 it's finished, and from 3:30 until 5 we have another practice. So basically, since morning we don't have breaks. I mean, in school also I would say that it's tough because it was all in Spanish. I was able to pass the physical education, math,
Mm-hmm.
and English. That's it. Like every other topic, I would fell asleep during the class. Like they don't pay attention. I mean, at first they try to say something, and then they just how to say got tired because like it's impossible. 6:30 you wake up,
Yes.
practice, then you go. You don't understand nothing. You just watch and then fall asleep naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Then, as I said, like 3:30 to 5, and then we have from 7 to 9:30. So it was like nights where you wake up and like trying to prepare you for yourself for practice, but then you look at watch, wow, it's 2 a.m. Like what I'm doing,
Yes.
and I how to say, and I got really tired, like mentally. Yeah, I was so exhausted, and that school thing also on me, trying to catch, you know, like so. I didn't had plan. I thought everything sorted out by practicing and playing basketball, but in the end, it was not like this. So I came back to Lithuania, and when I said that first year, it hit me that I was still in 10th grade. When I came after that year, I was still in 10th grade. Yes, and I was 18 when I came back. So I tried to reach schools to go to, and they were like, "No, you're an adult now. You cannot join this school in 10th grade, being 18, you know." So I
Mm.
had to go to adult school to,
Yes.
and I graduated, no problems, like everything was, but just later than my friends, you know.
Yes. Yes.
To sum up, like two experiences, I would say that for the kids that are listening, that you cannot make decisions on your feelings, emotions. You have to have plan. You have to be consistent, and you need to step by step go to your goal, not trying to overstep and do something.
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's as you said, like having the plan is very important. And in your case, you thought that everything will be solved by this. Let's use maybe if it did solve out and you would be now in NBA, playing in NBA, then this story would be very different. People could take, yes, you see, everything solves out. You just have to go for it. You just have to do it. I mean, eventually it did solve out. We will talk about your playing career a little bit more and about your coaching career, but life is not a movie. That is, we need to understand, and we understand that later, but because you need to have a plan. You need to have a plan. Like, what will you do with the school? What will you do if, as you said, like basketball will not go well? What is the next steps?
Yeah, well, I mean, even just to go to Spain. So what's next? Okay, Spain for
Yes.
1, 2 years. What's next? Like, if
Yes.
somebody would ask me this question, I would. I mean, I don't know. You cannot. I mean, you have to. I mean, sit, write some thoughts, and figure out. But don't use like, I'm buying tickets. Let's go. It's okay. I'll prove everybody wrong.
Yes. Okay, so then but you still, after all these things, you still managed to play in third, second, and then you also had a season in first league. So,
Yeah.
so still something came out of that.
I mean, yes. I
How?
mean, I didn't quit until 26, maybe I was. Then I realized that okay, it's enough. I wasn't happy where I am in the level where I am, and it's like I'm fooling myself. But in the end, in the beginning, actually, it's I would say. Uh, so I was in 10th grade, but student team. I had a chance to join student team that plays in
Okay.
second division. Yeah, you know, where Lithuanian Sports University now.
Yes, yes.
So I was with student team that played in student league, and they also played in second division. I was only playing for second division with them. When I joined, we had a shooter team. Like we played like Golden State Warriors before Golden State Warriors.
Yes,
Yes, and before we have also team in Lithuania before Prienai,
yes.
where Virginijus Šeškus was coach. So this style, and back then, as I said, at some point I was that guy who passed out shots, and at that team I've even felt even more comfortable. Like what I needed to do is just to drive, kick, 3 point. Drive. You don't even need like big guy to pass for some, I don't know, alley-oops. It was all about kicks and like scoring threes. So it was advantage and disadvantage for me because I would say some thought I'm playing, how to say, without balls. Some thought I make my teammates better. And with that team, in 3 years, we managed to become second division champions. And we then automatically go to LKL, like Lithuanian Basketball
Yes.
League, to first division for 2 years. So that's how it was going. And now I would say that I wasn't ready for that Lithuanian league mentally
Okay,
because
and
it's
why do
way
you think you
different.
were not, why do you think you weren't ready? You
I
already
would
been
say
playing for so many years and lived
yes.
abroad and lived this, let's say, professional life. What was not ready?
I would say I was still stuck somehow in a little bit in my mind in the past, like trying to understand why I'm not the same guy like I used to be. Like because before I left to Sweden, like I was 15. I mean, I would not say I was the best player on my team, but it was like if we go somewhere, I was getting MVPs. I was high scoring player. I was confident, and I thought it would be like this all the time, And that gap, like traveling, those travelings abroad, and then having those difficulties, it's like you're still trying to be that guy who was 15, And somehow it's not. So, and then again, I mean, I was enjoying myself playing there in that team. We had great connection. We were simple guys. That year when we won first place.
You said that you don't have any regrets because everything came out well for you and you're happy where you are right now. It's just curious because probably it still crosses your mind. Would you do anything differently by what you know right now about professionalism, about professional leagues, about habits? Would you do anything different when you were young?
I mean, I would definitely do it, but I would not change it. That's how it makes sense or not. Because just because where I am now, I'm super happy, and I have a lot of connections, lots of friends, and a loving wife, and strong, curious boys at home too, and one princess on the way to pop out in August. So
Okay,
I have.
congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. So of course I would do differently, or I would give advice to do different. But I'm not living anymore in the past. I'm over it, and I'm okay.
Yes.
And I think that's when everything like transition started mentally. It's the year that we started to work, like in 2015, I think, because you said it was your first team.
This first professional team that I was working with.
Yeah, so we also had like maybe one strength and conditioning coach in those years, but we just run sprints with him, that nothing else, like nothing serious. And you were the first one also to work with us, make plans for each other, for each player and everything, like 10 years ago.
It was
And
terrible. I remember those
it
plans. They
doesn't
were
matter.
very,
It
very,
doesn't matter. I
very
still
bad.
do. I still do those on bicycle. Those 10 seconds quick,
Ah, sprints.
30 seconds slow, and
Yes.
then again. Yeah, I still do those. But at least no. But why it helped me? It's just because I started to work on my body like I never
Hmm.
before. Then I realized that I need to also work on my mental stuff, performance.
Yes.
So I was digging for myself, not like I didn't join. I didn't get some professional to do it. I was just inner research myself,
Yes.
what I would find and what I would look, and actually it was my best season. At that time I was first in league as an assists. I did most assists in the league. I was leading team. I was a captain. I was also scoring, not much. I checked my averages was 8 only. It's
Hmm.
still it was, I mean, 8 points is okay. 8 points, like 7 assists was, or 8 assists was
Hmm.
my best season. And actually, at that time, I felt like I will again, how to say, rise because I improved. I felt like I mean, I was stuck. But at that year, I felt like I'm going. If I will get the opportunity somewhere else, because all those years I was playing under different names of teams, but always the same squad and the same coach. So I was like, I need to try to go somewhere else now to, I would say, maybe I would say better team or something to if you're around better players, you would be also better, I would say. So
Hmm.
fourth grade, I just needed to put my last work in for that paper to graduate. I couldn't because they said first stay, then for all those 4 years, and then you can do it. So I didn't have that much money that time. I took a loan from bank, I think, zero interest for students.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So it's good loan. But and then I thought that I need to have that money. So even though I had like good year, I went to States then, the Work and Travel USA program
Hmm.
to work. And actually, I was working there for 3 months, and I made more money in 3 months than I made in 2 seasons. Then after a good season, when I like, believed that I can go higher, I didn't practice for all summer. I mean, I did shooting, some conditioning, but it was not the same like we were doing during the season or how you need to prepare yourself for the season. So I was moving furniture instead of practicing like normally, but I made money and it also gave me thoughts in my head.
You started to think maybe the basketball
Yeah,
isn't like the playing, being professional basketball player maybe isn't the thing, and then you started to think about maybe coaching could be a thing.
no, no.
No.
I was 25 years old
Uh,
back then. So when as I said, I gained that money. I earned it with hard work, and I was sitting and thinking, like, I'm 25. I just made in 3 months more than in a season, almost 2 seasons. And I started to think how much I gave to that basketball, you know. I was 6 when I started, I'm 25, 20 years basically.
mhm.
And I don't have that outcome. Like, I mean, it's not for money. I did everything, but still, like, I'm 25. Like, come on, man. People make families like this, and I wasn't stable
Stable, yes.
financially, yes, because that second division is like for 7 months.
Hmm.
So half year, it's that you need that money to for that other half of the year because half you play, half you survive when you're playing in the second division. And
Yes.
then I mean, I was thinking that, okay, let's try it. Like next this season, if I'll try to find and I'll find team, I'll put all in, and it is how it is. Like it, because now I have plan B. Now I can go to States and earn money at least, invest that and be free. I don't need to do nothing because it was really good money. And for now, I'm thinking for. So I came back, and that same team that I was playing and you were working, they changed coaches, they changed every player, and they did like tryouts. I was frustrated a little bit because I did great last year for them. I mean, we lost in quarterfinals. We were up 2-0 and we lost 3-2. I was insulted a little bit because like still the same, the director of the team was still the same, so he knows me and he still does tryouts. Okay,
Hmm.
and I Didn't I wasn't practicing, as I said. I came back like straight to trials, and I didn't make it to that team. Like they took other players. So from September to December, I didn't play. I tried to get spot like somewhere, and I joined small town team. It's in the same division. I mean, the second division. But during the winter, like December, January, February, I was driving to that little town. It was so depressed. Also, that environment in that team wasn't good. Like it wasn't for the right things. I would say like this. So basically, back then I gave up on that playing. Then I left to so I finished that season for 1 year. I stayed in States. Didn't play. I was just working, and then another year again I was working, but I came back because a great friend of ours from national team, Lietkabelis, asked me to join Šilutė team, also in second division. And I was doubting because I didn't play for 1.5 years. But at the same time, he had players that I know, a few of them, like good friends. So I was okay. So that 2 years experience where I finished my career wasn't good. It's better to go to place where I like, coach, where I like some players, and I'll have most of it. And actually, I enjoyed it. I went to Šilutė. Even now, I have like good feelings when I think about that city. And we lost in quarterfinals again, but that's where I finished my career. I would say I was happy because I enjoyed.
Yes. It's
But I
happy
did,
that you sorry to interrupt, but it's happy that you finished on a good note. And you said I was happy maybe
yeah.
after that 1 year, if you didn't try again to try, maybe you would be regretting and thinking, what if I have tried? But now if you would jump to where you are now and working in highest Lithuanian league for many years already, and now you see those young kids. I mean, there's not maybe 15, but if you have a young kid coming to the club to train, to help, or already maybe you signed the young player, what do they usually lacking? Are they ready for that professional level when they come to the professional club?
I mean, depends on the player for sure. Like one is lacking one, another one is another thing. I say we don't have those. I mean, 20. What's young for you now?
So for me, when they finish the school, after finish, so from 19 to 21, I would say still young.
Yeah. So we had one guy last year. He was graduating school, local guy, really talented, good size. I believe he will play basketball in high level, but he had some poor advices from, I would say, agents. It was maybe mid December. I mean, he was, how to say, lacking. I don't know, maybe confidence. Everything
Yes.
else, it's like it's okay. I mean, maybe if you press him a little bit harder, we would lose ball. But it's not like he was terrible. Like he was maybe lacking confidence, and he didn't play a lot. And he actually tried to make the same mistake that I did. Mid December, I got information that the guy is thinking to go to States, to high school, to graduate high school, and I was shocked because it's not his thoughts, because of his agent's thoughts. And it's like, okay, you go to high school now. Do you understand that January or early February high school season finished? Like, why are you going there? It's December now. Like, graduate and then go. I mean, you don't need to waste half year. Like you will, and they have those strict rules. No, they don't cannot go practice. Like, why are you doing like this? So I just remember that there was a guy last year like this, but the lack of confidence sometimes. Now this year we had other player to come in to practice. To maybe he's lacking some also skills, but I would just say that habits should be in a place. The lack of professional habits, like how you do routines and how to be. I mean, they're not ready to be professional. They come in, I mean, scanning. They may be afraid and to do the mistakes. And that leadership voice, I would say also they don't have. I mean, naturally, you will not come in as a youngster to say, okay, now you
Yes,
old guy,
do this.
pass me that or that, But it's more about IQ, about like stability, be stable at the games. I would not say it's like skill wise. You could say that, oh, we had like 5 young players and they all lacking like dribbling. No, I'm saying they have good core of that.
Yes, it's true. Like it's hard. they are exposed to that professional league for the first time, and it's hard to even comprehend how different is. I do not understand because I have not done that, but what from my experience, they always say the game speed is very different. Like their running speed is different, the passing speed is different. Everything is so fast compared to even to the highest, let's say, youth leagues, and when you go to the senior, like everything is so much faster. So that's why they say like you have to make decisions so quickly, and then you're afraid to make mistakes.
A lot of means on the coach. Like in the team that I'm now here, coach is perfect for youth. I mean, he would never jump on you for shots, missing shots. Like no, you want to. I mean, everybody when they shoot, they want to score. So he's okay with that. I mean, he's looking in those right things, how you behave. Also, like don't do like trash stuff on court. Like be leader by example. Like not like how to say, trying. He would never stop you from like taking
Taking actions,
responsibility actions. Yes, yes. He would
drives, yes.
only like if you do I mean, stupid stuff, he would jump on you.
Yeah, somebody said that we want to see turnovers from aggression rather than from passive, like just be aggressive, go do bump, all of these things. So if, before we move to the last part, but if a young kid that finishing school or maybe in the last year of school would like to better prepare for senior basketball, what advice would you give as a coach and as a basketball player? How can they kind of help themselves to move more smoother?
Have your routines. You have routines. Stay consistent. Watch video. Like this is something I didn't do when I was basketball player. It will help me so much. Like it will slow down the same game, as you say. Everything happens faster in as higher you climb. So watch video. Watch your game. Watch what you did, what you could have done. Like that helps a lot to slower the game for you. But it's just simple stuff. I would say basic is amazing. Like just do basic things that you need day by day, and it will do huge steps for you in a long term. So that's what I think. Just stay locked in the moment. Don't think, don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. If you do today, you'll be all right. Like that's in the end of the day, it's basketball. It's a game you have to enjoy. And
I mean, what I really like what you're saying, like about the habit standards, because for me, the idea is that professional basketball player is not only someone who earns the money, but it's how you behave. You can be professional basketball player in professional league. You can be in professional basketball league, but not professional basketball player. But you can be before turning be professional already in your basketball routines, in body routines, and in how you say, like working on your mind, what you needed to do. So I believe that, as you say, like creating those habits for three things: creating habit to work on your basketball, to work on your body, and to work on your mind. They will lead you, as you said, consistently done. They will lead you to great success.
Yes, for sure. And I mean, you have to believe in the work you put in. Like, so why you work if you don't if you doubt yourself? You have to believe in it. Even if you say you did bullshit stuff with me 10 years ago, I believe it and it will help me. Yes.
Yes. Anyway, let's go to the last part. Questions are, I think it's 9 or 8 questions, but questions are shorter, but your answers can be as long or as short as you want. So you can say sometimes one word or one sentence. Perfect. Where you have more passion? Playing or coaching basketball?
Jumping on refs. No, actually, same. I mean, when I'm in, yes.
Yes. Good answer, because I wanted to also to show that sometimes the passion that you have being a professional basketball player can be turned into other areas too. Is there a basketball drill that you often give to your players?
Drill that I often give to players.
Maybe it's like a fun drill, or maybe you find it useful. Often you're giving like a drill for basketball players. Maybe like a favorite drill.
Drill, no. It's just maybe those routines, preparations for shots. Like I'm a fan of that. Before practices, like you give those vitamins.
Okay. Very good. Very good answer. What stands out in a young player for you? Like what makes a young player stand out for you?
Character.
And that defined by?
It's not like outside the court he would go and fight, but inside the court you would go and try to bite in the neck. That's, I would say, you can be less talented, but if you have that, you can go far.
This morning, I'm reading a book, the one that you have also, and I'm reading a book, and author was saying how he said that Jason Tatum, he was in high school then, and he said that they were working together, and he said Jason Tatum needs to be more arrogant on the court and not to be so nice person on the court. And his mother said, no, I want him to be humble. Then they lost state championship, and mother, after losing that, mother came and said to the coach, he has to be more arrogant. I don't want him to be so humble. And next year, he scored like, I don't know, 40 points and they won. So I understand what you mean by character.
Don't be soft, yes.
So then, probably this is the answer for you, because is the opposite. What is the biggest red flag you see in young players?
I mean, I'm not saying soft, but if you need to push young player, that's a red flag for me.
That he is not asking you, hey coach.
Yeah, he's going with the flow. Yeah, he's going with the flow. If you don't hear him, I'm okay with that. Like, he's gonna go with the veteran. Like, veteran is doing his body stuff to just stay alive, and he's on the corner with him, like also doing same thing, and then go home. That's for me a red flag. Like, if you don't push yourself, you need to have that inner motivation. Like, it's not. I mean, there is some days where you don't want to work. It's okay to have those, but I mean, it's perfect if you work through those days also, because it's work ethic, it's how it should be. But for me, it's like if player needs to be pushed, it's a red flag for me.
Okay, actually you answered another question, so I'll just skip. So last question is, can a player succeed in professional level if a player is not coachable? Maybe he's super talented, but you cannot coach him, in your opinion.
At some point, he can, I think. I mean, there is examples. Also, before season, you get many feedbacks about players, like who's bad, whose character is like this, or cancer and whatever. And then you see that they producing good in other teams. So that one guy is not that bad, I guess. But if you have 5 of those, I think it's no chance. But one player, yes.
Okay.
It's possible.
Okay, it's possible. It's not often, but it's possible. You have to be exceptionally good. So now to summarize to 3 key takeaways, what I believe I took, and maybe other people also took from this conversation, is number 1 is don't make decisions based on emotions. Whether you are moving away, whether you are talking to the coach or your teammate, of course we will be in those emotions, but later admit that, and maybe you need to go and have that calmer conversation. Another second thing would be that we need to have a plan, even though if the plan does not go as you planned, but still have a plan. What is the next step that I need to maybe work on? What is the next step I need to do after this? And lastly,
where I want to be at least, or where I want to be at least, not in that plan. You need to know.
And lastly would be what at the end, you really well summarized it, is be consistent with your routines. Those routines will lead you to the great success, but you need to be consistent. As Laimona said in, I think, episode 13, he said, you have to also have patience. Maybe you are doing the right things, but you have not collected enough of time. So this would be my
and when you touch that patience, I had conversation with one player, we were flying somewhere this year, and he asked, like, Paulius, what do you think? Would you regret, like, not playing now? And I like thought about myself, like, if I would be like staying patient, maybe I would be now again back in like Lithuanian basketball league playing, and it would be naturally. But I wasn't patient. I had plan B in some point, and I chose that plan and I went to it. But actually, yes, I would agree with Lyman that patience is also needed a lot in this. Doesn't matter basketball player or basketball coach or whoever you are, patience gives you fruits, lemons.
Paulius, thank you so much for sharing your story and sharing your personal details about what you were going through and crying at age 17 or 18. It takes courage to do that. So if someone would like to follow up with you and maybe to ask a question, what would be the best way to do that?
I mean, I'm on Instagram and in LinkedIn and in Facebook. So through you, I don't know if you try hashtag
I will
name or
put it in the
yeah,
show notes.
yeah. So I will definitely answer for sure for everybody if they need to, if they want to.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Perfect.
no problem.
And
It will be my pleasure.
yes, and for everyone else, thank you for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode. That is the best way to support us. But for now, keep training, basketball, body, and mind.